I watched the Rose sail away, leaving Katrina and me to be rowed ashore to an uncertain future in Holland.
Where are you to meet your father?
I'm to inquire of him at the house of a merchant named Van Sprague.
Would it not be easier to go to Rotterdam and travel back by land?
There is no money for travel. I have but 1 shilling and 3 bobbies left.
What? Your father let you be launched on the continent with an empty purse?
My father had put it about that he left me plenty. I could not lower his name by admitting that he had not.
Highland honour again? Really, Katrina, you'll have to learn more sense.
Very well, David. You'll have to teach me. It was a brave leap you made just to be at my side. Perhaps you do care for me after all.
We are seeking a merchant named Van Sprague.
You will see the house as you enter the town. It is set by itself on the left.
Thank you. There it is, Van Sprague.
Aye.
Mr. Van Sprague?
Who seeks him?
We're seeking Mr. James Moore.
Him? Not here.
You know him, sir?
I have no wish to.
May we ask, then, where we might find him?
He may be in hell for all I know. And for my part, I wish he was.
Sir, this is the gentleman's daughter.
I want nothing to do with him, or her, or you.
Unfortunately, by some mistake, this young lady coming from Scotland was given your name.
I told you, I know nothing of him. A man owes me money.
Maybe, sir. But I owe you nothing. And unless you show better manners, I'll have to teach you some.
Don't be so hasty. You better come in. My bark is worse than my bite. But that man, James Moore, has troubled me sore.
Where is he now?
I wish I knew. He borrowed a great deal of money from me, promised to return it within the week, and that's the last I've seen of him. I know the man of old. He might come tomorrow. He might stay away for a 12-month.
But he told me he'd be here.
He'll have clean forgotten if I know him.
But then what am I to do?
You cannot stay here, that's certain. I'm a man who's living alone. If I took you in, that old thief would force me to marry you.
Don't be disgusting.
Enough of this. I will take the young lady among better friends. Give me pen and ink, and I will leave the address of my correspondent in Leiden. James Moore can inquire where to seek his daughter later. You must be able to find a family in Rotterdam where you can stay until your father appears.
I don't want to stay in Rotterdam.
You could go to France to your exiled laird like Alan Breck.
No.
James Stewart of Arcan. You have been found guilty of conspiracy to murder His Majesty King George's most loyal servant, Colin Campbell of Glenure, and have been sentenced to be hanged.
So much for young Balfour's petition to the king.
His Majesty was not impressed, particularly since the petitioner straightway left for Holland.
You have a fine hand at these arrangements, my Lord Prestongrave.
I give my life so that Scotland will be free. God save Prince Charles!
Alan? Alan! There is a man at the gate who claims he was at Culloden with us.
If all the men that claimed to have been in the field that day had been, you'd scarcely have lost the battle.
Then see if he was genuine. If not, send him packing.
God's wonder, you've a kind of courage coming here.
Alan, where else? Like you, I'm a rebel with a price on my head.
So that's over to believe now, is it?
I have important news, man. Do you think I'd risk my life here otherwise?
News?
Aye. You heard how I beguiled Simon Fraser into letting you escape from Scotland.
Oh, your tackmen were hard on my heels.
Aye, but not on your toes. I persuaded Fraser to let my gillies take up the chase instead of his soldiers. I gave them orders to put up a show, but to give you the slip.
Oh, you can tell that to the bairns at bedtime.
Alan, I swear it. Before Fraser could discover the deception, I broke from prison and escaped to France. Simon Fraser is cursing himself for ever having trusted a MacGregor.
And now you're asking me to trust the MacGregor.
While in Fraser's favor, I learnt of things you'd scarce believe. The French have made an agreement to hand you over. This chateau here has its spies, aye, right up to the prince's own right-hand man. You're not safe here a moment longer.
If that's true, why have you come here?
To warn you of it. But I'll not stay. I'm riding straight to join my daughter, Katrina.
And where is she?
I sent for her. She's taken ship for the Netherlands for fear of Fraser's revenge.
Well, you can give her my deepest regards. She at least is true.
Why not give her your good wishes yourself, man? Come with me.
No, no. I'm under the prince's command.
Is that what we soldiers fought for at Culloden? Tell you, Alan, it's every man for himself. Even the French are sick of our gallant prince and his hangers-on.
They're my kinfolk.
And I wish you well with them. Good day to you, Alan Beck.
It's like one of your daft old Highland tales, with an old wife's son and a king's daughter crossing the 7 glens and the 7 mountain moors.
Except there are no glens and mountains in this bare flat place.
How could your father have allowed you to come here alone and unprotected?
He was sure the captain would see me safe.
How wrong he was.
David, let us be clear on one thing. You must not ever speak badly of my father. David, I can walk no more.
You must. The sooner we find money and shelter, the better.
Then you must go on and leave me here.
You're coming with me. Now.
Oh, David, I cannot. I surely cannot.
You can and you must. Come, Katrina. Remember who you are.
No. Please, no.
Do you still have your shilling and 3 bobbies?
The only money we have. Do you need it?
It'll be enough to buy something to eat. We still have a long way to go.
I only wish it were £5.
That must be Leiden. The question is, what will you do until your father appears?
I will not part from you.
You could pass as my sister.
Why not? If you would let me.
But you're Katrina Drummond.
And now I'll be Katrina Balfour.
Mr. Rankiler's letter said nothing of his sister.
It was an arrangement at the last minute.
You'd think he'd have sent some word.
How could he when I didn't inform him? I take it there's a second bedroom.
A small room at the back.
I'll take this. My sister can have that one.
I'd be quite happy with the smaller.
Nonsense. You've more baggage than I have.
What is it, your baggage?
Still in Rotterdam. This is the address.
It's elegant, but Davy, I can't have this as well as all the others.
You must. It could be weeks before your luggage arrives from Rotterdam. Remember, your sister to a rich man.
I'm not likely to forget.
Send them to this address. Now, I must be about my studies.
Aye, you've wasted enough time on me already.
It hasn't been wasted, Katrina.
But you must have something for yourself. Here. Not that around your neck. As a reminder of your little sister.
Been a long time delayed.
I had business in France.
And debt's mounting here.
At least let me in out of the weather, man.
Aye, come in.
I have some news of my daughter, Katrina.
She was here a while back.
Here already? Then where is she now? You saw to her needs, I hope.
She was already taken care of by a young Scots gentleman.
A Highlander?
Highland or Lowland, all your folk are the same to me. His name was David, I seem to remember.
David Balfour.
Quite likely.
And where is she now? I asked you particularly to attend to her comfort.
You left no money to provide for it. She went away with a young man.
But this is scandalous. She need no address.
It's written here.
Leiden.
The young gentleman was to take up his studies there.
It's a long way. What shall I do?
I think I'll have this one.
Thank you.
Dowdy today?
It's my mood, David. Not against you, I promise. Just against the whole day. The cold, the snow, the winter.
I'm sorry. I bought this for you.
Oh, David. A flower at this time of the year.
The Dutch are skilled at growing them under glass. It's none the better for my handling.
I will like it no worse for that.
I'm going to be boorish again tonight. I've so much to read before tomorrow. What's wrong, Katrina?
Why has my father not come?
Dear Katrina, he will come. He must.
What have I done, David?
Done? Nothing.
What makes you so cool with me? I could be so happy with you if you'd let me. Sometimes I feel you almost hate me.
Hate you? You poor blind lass. Can you not see what's happening in my heart? Do you think when I sit night after night with my full books that I can think of anything but you? But what can I do? You're here under my honor. Would you punish me for not abusing your trust?
Oh, David. Do you kiss her so?
Who?
Miss Grant. Miss Barbara Grant.
I kissed her farewell, and only farewell.
Oh, my love.
James Moore!
I'm delighted to see you safe and well, sir.
Since you tried to kill me at our last encounter, that's rich.
Come, Mr. Balfour, those days are over. We were both trapped by the intrigues of Simon Fraser, and both emerged the victims.
To me, you seemed a willing enough victim.
No, lad, just a fool. But we are both a lot wiser now. So will you please accept my hand? If not for my sake, then for Katrina's.
You'd better come in.
It's quite remarkable how our affairs seem to intermingle. I hear that you have recently busied yourself handsomely with the affairs of my daughter.
I think, sir, we two should have some explanations.
Why, there's nothing amiss, is there?
Amiss? There was a young lady landed on a foreign shore with but 1 shilling and a penny halfpenny. She was directed to your agent in Helvet. Yet when he heard your name, he cursed and swore about the money you owe him.
I understand none of this. My daughter was put in charge of a responsible captain.
A drunkard and a lecher, unfit to be in charge of any young girl.
So how did you come to be chosen as a chaperone?
There was no one else in hand to offer.
Where is she now?
That is her chamber door.
She's here, with you, alone.
Where else could she have gone?
This is very unusual. Your behavior in this, Mr. Balfour, is not above suspicion.
Don't play the hypocrite, sir. Your daughter's character is above inquiry, as you must know. So is mine. Now you can either express your thanks as one gentleman to another, or pay me everything I've expended and be done.
You're too fast, Mr. Balfour. Luckily for you, I have learned patience. And you forget, I have yet to see my daughter and learn her version.
I imagine you'd prefer to encounter her alone. I'll need but a moment to dress, then I'll be going forth.
That at least is civil of you.
If you've a mind to stay in Leiden, these rooms are at your disposal. I can easily find a room elsewhere.
That's convenient. As you know, I'm not ashamed of my present poverty, having lost my money in the service of Prince Charles.
Then you must regard yourself as my guest.
Mr. David, I will accept your offer as frankly as you made it. I won't be a burden to you. I'm an old soldier. I've ate often enough at the dykeside with no roof but the rain. Such hardships as these poor lodgings are not unknown.
Well, not that bad, Mr. Moore. And at this hour, breakfasts are normally sent in. I'll go to the tavern and take my own, and we'll send in 2 more for you. In what, half an hour?
20 minutes, if you like. Do you take ale or wine in the morning?
Cold water.
It's fair destruction to the stomach. Take an old campaigner's word for it. Rhenish or Burgundy wine would be better.
I'll see you're supplied.
Very good. We'll make a man of you yet, Mr. David.
Miss Katrina. Your father's come at last.
You have heard from James Moore.
Aye. He claims to have confronted Alan Breck at Orleans and put salt on his tail.
Is that wise?
One cannot expect wisdom from an old conspirator like James Moore. Only cunning, which may suit us better. He hopes to draw Breck to Holland, using young Balfour as bait.
It'll be as hard to get Alan Breck away from there as it is from France. The Dutch are most punctilious in their neutrality.
We shall not do this with the connivance of either government, I fear. We need a lonely shore on which to land an armed party.
I must say our young David sees well to the inner man. These are poor enough lodgings for a man of means.
They're suitable for David while he's still a student.
Nonsense. I hear he's a man of some reputation. He should have a fine big house, but he intends to support you.
There is no question of that, Father. Not now you're here.
I see no reason why we shouldn't turn this whole affair to our advantage.
Advantage? Would you presume on David's generosity?
He presumed on yours, it seems.
Father!
Aye, you may well blush, Katrina. There he was, living with you openly, like a man with a young bride.
You mustn't say that, Father. I was in distress, and he gallantly took care of me.
Then he shall pay for his gallantry.
We won't accept a penny.
You may accept or reject as you please. I have other ideas. It's a matter of honor, child.
Honor? What do you care for my honor? Or your own? Look at you. Look at what you've become. You're just a beggar. A beggar and a glutton. I'm ashamed of you, Father. You've lost every stitch of pride ever had. And you've left me with none of my own.
You go to your room, girl. Nothing but a shameless hussy. Get out of my sight.
Ha ha ha.